when say friendship and or relationship, need to have this loyalty.
Kung yung tao or the person you are loyal to is doing something bad, how
And then
would you
you-
show
Yeah.
loyalty to that
Oh,
friend?
less talk, less mistakes. More talk, more mistakes. So no talk, no mistakes. Welcome back to our podcast, That Kairos Moment. Today, we're diving into a topic of building relationships. So today, I'm joined by my amazing co-host, Erjan.
Alex, RJ,
So if you don't know, Alex is our special guest. We have who was that? Dean? Sorry, Dean. So Dean is not able to come today. So I don't know where is he going. Didn't tell us, but shout out to Dean and Ramsel's Bakery. So I'm Dino. So I'll be joining by this team. So but before that, I would like to acknowledge our previous episode, Ate Joella. She asked a question about our topic last time. What's our topic last time?
last time is our pilot episode about the Kairos moments.
Oh, yun.
Yes.
So, yeah, so Kairos moment. So she mentioned a question. I would like to take a read, Ate Jo. So your question was actually, just want to ask, pala, how about if a person met an accident at namatay? Is that a Kairos moment too? And why God allow that? So you have any answer to that, or should I answer it?
Ikaw na.
So it's just me, ha. I would like to answer that question. I think it is a Kairos moment too. So, but there's a but on this answer. So that Kairos moment for that specific person, let's say, John died. So his time on earth is done. There's no Kairos moment for him anymore. There's nothing else for him. I mean, it's period already. But for the person outside John or yung relatives niya, I think it will be a Kairos moment for them. I'll give an example. So, example, John is eating a lot of unhealthy foods. Okay? So, he had this cardiac arrest. And then he died. So, that's it. The Kairos moment for them probably is for the family. And then they realize, oh, we need to change something. We need to change diet. Probably we need to do something different so that we won't end up like John. So I think that's the Kairos moment. Because ang Kairos moment, nung person na yon, kapag namatay ka na, when you're dead, that's it.
Your timeline is
Yeah, yung
Finish.
moment mo dito sa Earth, yung chronos mo dito sa Earth, na time mo, it's done.
it's done. Finish. Yeah.
Diba yung Kairos, yun lang yung something na nag-exist lang siya and then it will change you afterwards to a better person probably. God will guide you. Pero pag namatay ka na, wala na yun eh. So, for the persons around you, probably it could change them. Yung nangyari sa'yo, accident, could change probably their view on you. Probably they could change. A lot of people have experienced grief, mga namatay. So, namatay yung dad ko and then I realized I had to do something different then. Mga ganong mga bagay. So, I think that's the Kairos moment for other person, yung mga relatives. Probably friends. Could be friends then. Co-workers. It depends. So, yeah, let's dive in. So, we're diving into our next topic, building stronger relationships. And then looking at friendship, trust, and probably loving your neighbor. So, Erjan, what do you say?
Since our podcast is it's not just about, practical examples, we'll be diving into examples from the Bible. So we'll be
Yes.
discussing how we can build trust and loyalty and sharing practical ways to strengthen relationships in today's world. So let's get started.
So the Bible gives us several examples of friendship and loyalty, and one of the most well-known friendship is the friendship between David and Jonathan, as we all know. King Saul, whose son is Jonathan, wanted to kill or wanted David dead, but despite of that, Jonathan became a very close friend to him, and he was very loyal to David.
Oh yeah, that was a very good story.
Yeah.
And I think correct me if I'm wrong, pero 'di ba ang sabi noon, 'di ba, ang relationship daw ni Jonathan and David surpasses the relationship of a man and a woman, 'di ba? Parang yun yung description. So napakatinding friendship siguro na meron sila.
And beyond that, later on, parang nag-extend pa yung
Nag-extend
friendship
pa yung
nila dun
friendship
sa
nila.
son ni Jonathan na si
Amazing.
Mephibosheth.
Ano yan, brotherly love.
So yeah, since we're doing these examples of friendship and loyalty in the Bible, we've talked about David and Jonathan. Probably we'll try to read more of them.
Yeah.
And then another example na isa sa, because loyalty, when you say friendship and or relationship, you need to have this loyalty. So we mentioned about David and Jonathan. Now, one of my favorite story, if we can remember yung loyalty, is Ruth and Naomi. So I'm opening the Bible. I'll try to read something short. Okay. So Ruth 1 verse 14, and they lifted up their voices and wept again, and Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, and Ruth clung to her. Then she said, "Behold, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people, and her gods return after your sister-in-law." So, di ba, pinupush na away si Ruth. And then, but Ruth said, "Do not urge me to leave you or turn back from following you. For wherever you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God." So, that says loyalty, di ba? Parang, there's no point of you staying with me.
Yeah.
You should go. I mean, my son has died already. So, I'm not connected to you anymore. Because wala man sila anak, di ba? So, you should go. But, yung loyalty nito ni Ruth is very supreme. And then that shows na hindi lang si Jonathan at saka si David, but yung loyalty ni Ruth kay Naomi na wherever you will go, I will go. So it stands out for me as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And of course, meron din tayong the supreme example in the Bible, di ba? In the New Testament about Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. So he built relationships here on earth based on love and service. Naalala nyo, he even washed the disciples' feet, which is like coming from somebody from so divine, with that kind of love na he will go down and wash our feet, sinners like us, he will wash our feet. That's a different kind of service na pinakita ni Jesus, showing humility and care for us.
Oh, very humbling, di ba?
Yeah.
Service niya. So we're gonna dive into some questions here. So we have questions. So we'd like to answer these questions. When you think friendship in the Bible, which story resonates most with you and why? So I'll repeat again. When you think of friendship
Yeah,
in the Bible, which story resonates most with you and why? So we've mentioned Jonathan and David. We can-
Mention Jesus as well, Ruth.
So Ruth and Naomi. So which one?
Or if you have another idea na yung meron pang ibang story na
Yeah.
ang
Anything?
dami eh.
So have you?
So for me, yun yung sinabi ko sa that's what I said, yung friendship ni Jonathan and David. Kasi it's really difficult na, especially in our present time today, difficult na yung halimbawa, yung family mo, kinakalaban yung isang tao. Parang mahirap yung i-maintain mo yung loyalty dun sa friend mo kung kinakalaban siya ng family mo. So you're in between, but then si Jonathan stuck with David by thin and by through thin and thick.
Sabi nga nila, blood is thicker than water.
water.
Pero iba pa din sila,
Iba pa din sila.
yung friendship nila talaga.
Interesting, no? I think it happens in real life.
It does. Kaya nga maganda yung sa Bible, mga stories. It
Yeah.
applies practically.
Practical.
So maganda yung example na yun, no? RJ.
I think I'm the same with Kuya Alex kasi through experience I've seen families go against each other. They really dislike each other, but they end up having kids who are friends. So I don't know if it's the same story as Jonathan and David, but you'll see that there's loyalty between conflict dun sa mga kids nila. And I got another question actually. Parang to think, is it still loyalty kung yung tao or the person you are loyal to is doing something bad? How
And
would
then
you show loyalty to that friend?
And then you're keeping the secret, probably? Is
Or
that the answer?
probably, or
You know that he's doing bad, and then the
And
person
then
for
you're
example,
keeping
let's
the secret?
let's make it specific. For example, your friend is drinking, doing illegal drugs.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
What would you do as a loyal friend? Something to think about.
Yeah,
It's a good question.
it is.
I think as a loyal friend, you need to do something what is right. Although he's enjoying what he's doing, but it's not right. At least you have to do something. You step in and then say it's not good or whatever. You need to pull him out of there. If you're the good friend, because if you're not a good friend, you will let him. He might die soon. He might go to jail at some point. So it's not gonna be good for him. So I think you need to remember that you need to do something good for your friend. And in the end, you'll be both satisfied with your relationship and friendship as well.
But for some people, loyalty is allegiance.
Yeah.
Yes.
One more thing to add to the answer to the question, no? I think one most important thing that we can do as a loyal friend to that person na yung sinasabi mo doing illegal stuff and doing is to pray for them.
Yun.
I'll pray for you, Dino.
I'll pray for you. I'll pray harder for you.
Yeah. So, we'll pray for them na parang ask the Holy Spirit to be with them to plant a seed ba? Kasi as we all know, it's not us who can change that person.
That's
It's always the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
It's a difficult decision to make, no? If you want to say something to your friend.
But as a thing, as a loyal friend, you have the what do you call or
Responsibility,
to tell your friend,
friend,
na this is not good for
good,
you, and I love you. You are my friend. I don't want something harm happen to you. But if you have done your best, and then yung friend na yun hindi nag-listen sa'yo,
Yeah.
but you still be friends.
Still be
Yeah,
friends.
still be
Yeah.
friends with them.
Yeah, but then you have done your part na
Yeah.
nag-warn ka sa kanya na that is not good.
Yeah.
You know, one story in the Bible as well that stood out, besides Jonathan, David, Ruth, Naomi, and these disciples that we've discussed, is found here in Job. So if you remember Job 2 verse 11, I'll try to read this. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this adversity that had come upon him, they came each one from his own place, Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamatite, and they had an appointment together to come to sympathize with him and comfort him. They lifted up their eyes at a distance and did not recognize him. They raised their voices and wept, and each of them tore his robe, and they threw dust over their heads toward the sky. Then they sat down on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights, with no one speaking a word to him, for they saw that his pain was very great. So, let's cut this up to there lang, kasi we know what happened after that one. So, yung friendship nung 4 na to, si Job and his 3 friends are really great. Imagine, they come from different places. They heard Job, something is happening to Job. I mean, they don't know that it's about God and Satan, remember? So they don't know what's happening, but they heard something terrible is happening with Job. So they went there and they saw his pain. So they didn't talk to him for 7 days. They know, parang pinabayaan na lang nila si Job na ramdamin. Pero nandun sila, they stayed there for 7 days and 7 nights with him. Na nag-stay lang sila. Sometimes yung presence,
Yung presence, yun.
is comfort.
Yes.
So yun yung nakita ko dito na talagang loyalty pa rin sila, di ba? So we may show wala man tayong pera to give our other friends, but our presence is enough. So that's one loyalty in the Bible for me.
That's true.
Di ba? So we cannot afford some gifts probably, but our presence lang is enough. We don't need to talk to them, but make sure that we are there when they need us. And then, kunwari, and I'm grieving and I see you there, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
So it's very strong.
Oh, you know what? It's a different perspective. No, kasi all this time we are looking at the story of Job and his struggle, no?
Yeah.
But when you see the story around Job, there's friendship around Job.
Hindi naman kasi alam, they don't know, yung friends niya, they don't know what's happening to him, di ba?
They don't know that
It's
he's
a test from Satan and God. They've been just talking about it and they don't know. So, as a friend, syempre, you don't know what's going on to him. You cannot say, although they've said something afterwards, but the presence is enough. So, next question, have you ever had friendship where someone's loyalty really stood out to you? In your personal,
Oh yes.
do you have a friend that,
Yeah. I have a friend before at work. Not here, but back home in the Philippines. We used to work with a lot of stuff. And there came a time na I will be in really big trouble, like really deep. But then my friend even went to go off from work just to help me out. And my friend even walked with me on that really dark journey I'm going through. And after that thing was resolved, then I realized he doesn't have to. Actually, he can just walk away. But he chose to be there with me, and may he rest in peace.
you know, those kind of friends, we have these friends. I've read something about men. You know, men are different from women regards with friendship.
I
Men,
I think I've read that one too. But
even though we haven't talked for years, we're still best friends.
we're still friends. Yes.
I have lots of friends in the Philippines, and I know when you look at our past messages, it could be Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday.
Like 3 years ago.
But we know in our hearts that there are best friends.
Yeah, that
and
when
we-
you see each other, you'll have a good conversation.
Yeah.
And do you have anything to say, Alex, about friendship? Though,
So far,
that
I have
stood out?
No friends.
I have friends, pero wala naman akong
Nothing
ano.
to
But
that.
that's what Dino
Yeah.
said. Ganun din yung mga friends na lalaki. Ganun na even though you don't communicate, but when you see each other,
Yeah, because
you
I know
can-
ladies,
yeah.
they talk a lot.
A lot,
I
yeah.
mean, they communicate every day probably, or not every day, I mean, every other
Every
day,
other
I
or
feel like we're
weekly.
going to get bashed. Your family.
Sorry, we don't have a lady guest next
Yeah.
time probably. So as a man,
Just some observations that we
in
have.
our
Yeah.
experience, I mean, I haven't talked to a friend maybe since elementary, but I know he's my best friend in elementary. But once I see him, we'll talk for ages probably,
Yeah,
and
that's
remember our naughty days when I was kids. Okay, so another topic that we will be discussing is how to build trust and loyalty with others. Okay, Alex?
Okay, trust is kind of a sensitive word. You cannot build trust overnight. It has to grow. It comes from consistency and honesty, and you are keeping your promises and being dependable will strengthen your relationship over time. And you must, parang you have to take care of it, you have to culture it para mag-grow siya. It's like a plant na didiligam siya. You have to water it para mag-grow, and that person can develop trust in you, and parang you're always there when you are needed, and you are a shoulder to lean on.
So in short, it takes time
It takes
to build
time.
trust, di ba? Yeah. So RJ?
I think trust is kind of listening as well. Kasi before you trust, there has to be some sort of conversation or secrets involved. And for that to happen, you have to have a good listener with you. Kasi kung yung tao, the person you're talking to, listens really carefully, compassionately, listens with empathy with you, I think dun pa lang, you can say to yourself, I think this person is trustworthy. So for me, listening is key.
So you've mentioned listening. So trust can't be built overnight, and then listening is another important factor. And then another thing that is huge here in building loyalty and trust is forgiveness. So forgiveness, according to this, to the Bible text of Colossians 3 verse 13, it says, bearing with one another and forgiving each other, whoever has a complaint against anyone, just as the Lord forgave you, so also should you. So no relationship is perfect. So forgiving one another, could be husband and wife, friends, relatives, co-workers. I mean, it helps build loyalty and trust, probably. So, yeah, forgiveness.
And another thing to that is, being vulnerable also matters. So when we share our struggles, having conversation, we share our struggles, we have something in common.
Open up.
Yeah, nag-open up. We build deeper connections. So think about how Jesus openly shared his emotions to his disciples. Diba? We cannot build trust without being vulnerable. Yung parang pag may tinatago tayo,
Yeah, yung
wala tayong
share ka na
mabibilang
secrets,
trust.
no?
Oo. Share tayo ng secrets, share ng vulnerabilities. At some point, syempre mag-share tayo ng mga problema natin sa mga that builds trust also to the people around you. So moving forward to that, we have some discussion questions that we can answer, and we'd like to invite also people who listen to us to comment what they think of answers they can add to that. So
Everybody's welcome.
yeah, everybody's welcome to answer questions. So first question is, what do you think are the key ingredients to building trust in a friendship?
We've discussed some earlier.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we've discussed some. Maybe there are any additional. Yeah.
So I like your idea earlier na you mentioned about being vulnerable. So one of the key ingredients to build strong and building trust in a relationship is being open. Diba? When you're open to each other, you know its secrets, and then both of you knows now you can trust each other as long as you don't spill it to other people. That's another thing.
That breaks your trust. Yeah.
It
That
means
breaks the
you
trust.
accept your ina-accept mo yung limitations.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some things that you can keep, and then there's some things na you can share to others, or probably if it involves safety, probably, and then probably health, kung meron pang
Mental
something na
health.
yung mga ganyan, yung mga bagay na we cannot keep on our own.
On our own, yeah.
Or health and safety.
Yeah, just like in the workplace, if you are doing some procedures, I'm a nurse by the way. So if you're doing some procedures and you have a newbie in your team, and you just advise the new member of the team that if you don't know, just tell us or ask us, because we will tell you. So if he or she does that, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that, then that as a mentor, sometimes that will help you to understand her, so that you can trust her later on, that she knows her limitation.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's
you
true.
can give you can trust her.
I mean, that's understandable kasi you're a newbie, you're a learner, you don't know things, you need to ask.
Yeah.
And then once, as a mentor, you've asked this question already, we know that you know this next time around.
Yes.
So that builds probably your trust, and then as long as you are open to each other and then asking question, because if you're keeping yourself silent there in the corner, you won't build anything.
Yeah, won't build anything.
Diba? You won't build anything. So at least you need to build the rapport.
Yeah.
That's what we do in healthcare setting to the patient or to the person that you want to build your trust with.
Have you ever had to rebuild trust with someone? For example, someone, your friend broke your trust, and then have you ever had to rebuild it at some point? And how does it feel, if ever?
Have I ever? Oh, that's a very nice question. You know, as a man, it's kind of difficult to break something. Kasi as a guy or a man, we don't normally do that. Sometimes we fell ill with them, but it's just nothing. At the end of the day, we're still friends. But I know some, especially the ladies there. I'm not judging you. It's just based on experience. It's just based on experience that I know they're keeping this because they are very emotional. Unlike us, we don't keep grudge that much because at the end of the day, if something happened, we're still friends. We don't say we're not friends anymore. We don't do that. Unless, I don't know. But we're not that emotional. Oops.
Amen.
So, Arjan, save me. I'm gonna be bashed here.
Well, it's difficult, no?
Yeah, it's difficult.
If ever someone breaks your trust, especially if the person is your friend, or let's put it in something full of issue, like relationship.
Yeah, let's move
relationship,
on.
yeah.
Love.
Yeah,
Let's go to love and
relationship.
relationship there.
Person
That would
having
probably
a girlfriend, and that person's friend took over the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a different
different
story.
story.
Yeah.
How will you rebuild trust?
Oh, let's make that as an example.
Yeah,
then.
you cannot rebuild trust on that though. I
That's
mean,
difficult.
that's
no?
very
Personal.
difficult. That's personal.
That's
Very personal.
It might take years.
Yes.
But it
years.
happens, right?
But it
That
happens.
happens,
Yeah, it
yes.
happens.
Yeah.
Take
Even-
years. Sometimes they don't even.
Only time can heal.
Yeah.
Unless they're really good friends and they share everything.
But if you have that
Yeah.
dignity
Yes.
Yeah.
and something inside, you don't do it.
Well, that's difficult.
You just move on.
Very
That's
difficult.
really
Yeah.
difficult.
You leave that person behind, even if it's your friend, probably. If it involves love, because love is something is very different from just normal friendship that we've been
Yeah.
talking about. So if you try to dig deeper to this question of yours, and we move on to love. So yeah, it happens to guys. It happens to
happens.
guys. Okay.
But these questions, they're kind of like our relationship with Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diba? The first time we ever get baptized, or the first time we knew Jesus, who Jesus is,
Yeah.
and then we decided to be baptized. That's precious. That's smooth sailing,
Yeah.
and everything's just
There's
just
very
feels right.
Yeah.
But then once you're baptized, and a couple of years passed, and then you started backsliding,
Yeah.
and doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
It's really hard to rebuild the tainted relationship between Jesus and yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
And-
it's like it's like, once you did something wrong especially with God, you're like parang nahihiya ka na bumalik
I
sa
know,
kanya, di ba?
right?
Parang
Yeah.
Especially if you did it like 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 times, and then you keep
You're like-
saying sorry, forgive
Yeah.
me.
Then every night you're gonna pray, forgive for all
Yeah.
of this. But yeah.
it's very hard to go back na yung sa emotional mo na parang nahiya ka na bumalik sa Panginoon. Like
Exactly. And the more you repeat the same thing,
it becomes more
the more
difficult.
difficult.
You know
Yeah.
what good about God or Jesus is? He's a lovable God. So he's very open. He welcomes us. We know as long as we commit and we repent, we admit that we have made these mistakes, but we should do our part as well. That try to not do or lesser.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, but with our human tendencies, syempre we're all sinful beings. We tend to do that again. But then, there are times with our relationship with Jesus, it's not smooth sailing. Once we get baptized, it's not smooth sailing. There's ups and downs.
Oh yeah, once you get baptized, you'll be on a difficult road.
Very
Because
difficult path.
Satan will be trying to,
Because
Yeah.
you're closer.
Yes.
But the thing is also, we have to remember that God is always there, ready to accept us. Even we're shy, He's ready to accept us. Just yung punta lang tayo sa Kanya. Eventually, mawawala yung guilt natin na nararamdaman when we go back to Him.
But it
Yeah.
takes time, I
It
think.
does take
But
time.
sabi nga niya, just come to me as you are. Diba?
Yes,
Yeah,
come to me
yeah.
as you are.
It's always ready
And
to
John
welcome
3:16
us.
didn't specify how many times.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
believe and then go back, diba?
There's no specific requirements of going back to Him na you have to be like this, you have to be like that. Just go back to Him. May narinig ako, I heard something, or I think it's one of the sermons that I forgot who said this, but regardless of what your motives are, even if it's self-serving to you, if you go to Jesus or God, He'll accept you. Parang, alam mo na, gusto ko to, na parang gusto ko ganito mangyari sa buhay ko. Pupunta ako sa Panginoon kasi ibibigay niya to. Alam kong ibibigay niya to sa akin. Parang alam mo yung may kapalit. Like, parang genie. Ganun.
Compromise ka na.
Yeah, but it doesn't specify in the Bible na you can't go back, 'di ba? Ano dun kahit self-serving, kahit you go back to Him, He'll accept you.
I remember yung prodigal son, di ba?
Yeah.
He's been bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, that's true.
he's been.
He tinanggal niya lahat ng kanyang rights. He removed his rights already. So he's been doing this, and then he comes back. So
Accepted, yeah.
God accepted him with open arms. So I think it's his character is different from us. Our relationship with one another probably is different from how we love each other and how God loves us. It's the ultimate. It's the supreme one. That's what
Yeah.
we said earlier. So
if that's the case, if God is easy to accept us despite our, multiple
Shortcomings,
transgressions, yes. The short conclusion would be, it is ourselves that we are fighting, is it? It's just ourselves that's inhibiting us from returning to God, not really God.
Yeah, diba that's the great controversy. It's within.
Within the battle within.
Yeah, the battle within.
That's true. So yeah, that's the short conclusion I see. Despite how many times you've sinned, and you can say that it's hard to go back. It's hard to build a relationship, to trust again. But it's just ourselves, isn't
It's
it?
ourselves, yeah.
That we're fighting against.
But God is open to accept us.
Interesting.
Unconditionally.
Unconditional. Because our human minds cannot comprehend how His love works.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Kasi what we do sometimes is we compare how we can love. We compare ours to God's. But that's not the case kasi we're not God eh. We cannot. God's love is different than ours.
true.
So for our next segment, we'll be talking about loving your neighbor. So applying love your neighbor in modern relationships.
This is not like love your neighbor like your neighbor's spouse, is it?
Yeah, no.
Not like that,
Not
right?
that. Yeah. Okay, kaya Alex.
So loving your neighbor is not doesn't have to be grand. It comes in various small ways. It is in everyday kindness, like checking on a friend or offering help. Just like, for example, I have a neighbor. They are not Christian, and our bin collection is every Friday. So sometimes when I am at work, when I come home at night or in the evening, I would notice that my bin is already out, and that is my neighbor who is bringing my bin out. So sometimes in return, kung wala siya, pag na-collect na yung beans namin, ako naman ang babalik
return
ng
the
ang binila namin. So those are just little kindness things, but it says a lot because they are not Christians, as what I've said, but they try to show you that they are they try to show me that they are my neighbor by showing those little things,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
and in
Kindness,
return
yeah.
that comes that
That's
way.
nice.
So it comes in two ways.
Yes.
I think loving your neighbor is
Yeah.
about inclusivity and empathy. We should be open, kind, and not just to our close friends, but those acquaintances or like this neighborhood here. I remember every Christmas I do get cards from my neighbors. Merry Christmas from number 91 Ranhams Road. That's my neighbor over
Yeah,
there. And
yeah.
sometimes I do tend to forget to give them Christmas cards, but I try to be diligent with that. But yeah, simple acts, I think.
So one important thing as well is loving your neighbor, but you need to set some boundaries. Okay, so there is limitation. It's not everything is yes. So there's still no, but it means respecting their privacy.
Yeah.
So meron din tayong, we know where to stop, we know where not to do this, but we know that we love them, we respect them in that way.
So, and of course, our faith should guide us on how we build our relationships. No? Commitment over convenience is something we should also strive for. Yeah. Okay, so let's dive into our discussion questions.
Yes.
Okay. So our first question is, what does love your neighbor as yourself mean to you?
For me, it is the one of the commandments, diba? Love your neighbor,
yeah,
or love your friend as neighbor as yourself. So meaning that because sabi nga, if you don't know God, you cannot love. So that means knowing God is loving everyone.
So yeah, I mean, for me, loving your neighbor as yourself, diba? If you respect yourself, you're eating well, you're doing good, why would you do that to your neighbor? So if you see them doing not good things, it's not about neighbor, it's others. I mean, I could say could be your coworker, your friend.
Yeah.
It's not like you're literally neighbor.
But that's the golden rule as well, diba?
Yeah, it's about do unto others.
Do to others what you would want others
Others do that to you.
Yeah. So, any questions more?
Let's
have
move
next
on
one?
to our next question. So, how can we bring more depth into our connections?
Oh, that's a very deep question.
with our neighbors.
Yeah, with our
Yeah, of
neighbors.
course. That's
yeah,
our
of course.
that's our,
yeah,
our
yeah.
topic anyway.
So I suppose having a relationship with your neighbor spouse is
Of course,
too
it's
deep,
not.
is it?
It's too deep.
It's over.
It's
over.
overly deep. So that's wrong.
You're gonna destroy your friendship with your neighbor and your relationship with your wife.
So that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong.
So that's why I said we need to
Yeah.
have some boundaries. in the
Yeah,
relationship.
boundaries.
So we need to set goals probably. I mean, it's not just we don't talk to them. At least we respect the privacy, and then ano ba ba, we should be able to give them some time, especially for new neighborhood. I remember na one time when my dad was young, so he was talking about, we were so close with our neighbors before. He was telling this story na when they hear us that our rice cooker, the caldero, the pot is empty, we're gonna scratch it, and then that's the last straw of rice that we have. And then the neighbors will hear it, and then we said, oh, they're gonna come up in your front door and then give you rice. So that's how deep they are.
Yeah.
So they're not relatives, they're not connected by blood, but when you hear your neighbor is maybe shouting that we don't have food, or probably it's a true story before. I don't know how it's happening today, but we're on the modern days anyway. So
They got 15-in-1 rice cooker. So,
we have Ninja rice cooker probably, but
But you know what? I think as Christians, loving your neighbors probably should be one of our daily tasks.
Yeah.
Kasi as professed Christians,
Mhm.
people around us, especially in this place, in this country,
Mhm.
being a Christian is like taboo already, or there are
Mm.
issues already.
Yeah.
And yeah, being a Christian probably reflecting that you have you're full of love in your home,
Mm-hmm.
and that you know Christ, and that because you know Christ, you are able to help them with simple chores like putting out their bins, greeting them, sending them
Mm.
cards, being with them, asking how they are. I think it reflects a lot in your neighborhood. It's loving your neighbors already.
Just as simple as not parking in front of their driveway.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
right.
That's true. But yeah,
Very simple thing, but you know that you respect them.
Yeah.
Then when you respect them, of course, it contributes to you love them as well.
Mm.
So showing how, because we are Christians, we need to make sure that we do good to them.
Mm.
Because if we will be reflecting our own character or Christ's character if we're doing bad things. Hopefully not. So yeah, we'll try our best to be good to our neighbors.
be more interactive with your neighbors.
That's
Not
kind,
overly
that's kind of
interactive.
difficult. Sometimes we don't talk to our neighbors.
Yeah.
We just say hi probably. But starting a conversation is very difficult
Mm.
because they're in a different culture as well. So unlike Filipinos, it's easy to say, "Hoy, pare," like that. So, kamusta? But
Yeah.
them, it's just like nothing. But I know.
But anyway, neighbors are not limited with your areas, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neighbors will be...
Coworker,
Yeah.
Mm.
school, work, what else? Anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
So love your neighbors, but not too much.
Yeah. Set boundaries.
Set boundaries,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Love
yeah.
your neighbors, but do not sin.
Yeah. But in our, I think love your neighbor is inherent in Filipinos, no?
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
so, no? Yeah.
In us. Yeah, we've observed that with Filipinos who are here. They're very, yeah,
Neighborly.
neighborly.
Hospitable.
Hospitable,
We're very
yes.
hospitable,
Yeah.
guys.
Mm.
So, for example, in a fiesta, fiesta is a festival
Yeah.
in our barangay.
You can eat
We
anywhere.
invite
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody. We don't know them, but they just come in and they'll eat and then they go.
Yeah.
Somebody next batch will come,
Come
in,
in.
and then they go. So
Yeah.
that's how we show love to our fellow.
Love your neighbors. I remember.
Although we don't know them.
Yeah.
I remember when I first came here in this country. It was a Filipino family
Mm.
who drove from the airport to pick me up, coming here. Kuya Randolph and Tita Len drove
Yeah.
me. It was a Filipino family, Tita Nova, during my first Sabbath. Right away, did you just arrive? Come to my home. Let's eat something. Stayed there until the rest of the Sabbath, and in the evening, watching and just talking around. We didn't know each other.
Mm.
And it was Tito Alex's family and Tito Dennis's, Tito Renes, who always picks me up from my house to bring me to church or to bring me somewhere. So
So
Neighborly.
doing the small
Yeah.
acts, you see, it resonates.
Yes.
So you
true.
did the same thing for us. You remember?
but I
When we
was
did not-
trying to recruit you to, suffer with me here in Southampton.
That's right. That's right. When we arrived here, he's the one who drove us. He picks us up, and Kuya Alex
Share
as
your
well.
pain.
So now we're doing it to urgent.
Yeah, I'm the newest member here, so
But that's true.
So
That's
it
true.
resonates, isn't it? I mean, loving your fellow,
Yeah,
Looking after your neighbor.
Yeah.
looking after you. It's easy when you're in the same culture. But
It's
how?
easy, yes.
I have a question. How would you be able to do the same with the different culture?
I think so. I think
I think-
the Filipinos are doing a grand job with that. There was this Jim and Nina in the
Yes, correct.
in the church. They really love the way everyone
Treat
does
them.
it. Yeah. And also Elder Yon and the family, they're so lovely, and they even go far and beyond to help the Filipino community thrive in here. and lots of Romanians. They're Romanians. They're English people, Caribbean people. Alter and Blossom. They're really nice to our community, and really supportive as well. So I think with more involvements in church and interactions, we are actually doing a grand job.
So it grows talaga.
Yeah.
It grows. When you're showing the love to your neighbor, I mean, it reflects you, and that relationship grows
Yeah.
beyond
And I
beyond
think-
cultures.
Yeah.
I think I like Pastor Bosidar's perspective on diversities in our church. As first generations, we're considered first because we're old already. We're like as first generation are too in love with our culture because, to be honest, that's where we grew up, every one of us, and that's just right. And our sons and daughters who grew up in here in this place don't have the same culture as us back home. They have the culture in this place already. So Pastor Bosidar's take on it is that he focuses on the children and the youth after us because their culture is just one. And he's focusing his energy on that because there's a future in our youths and our children, isn't it? Because they grew up in the same culture. As first generations, there's some challenges because of cultural differences, but I think our community is doing good being involved in different cultures in here.
But I think I like that perspective, no? Kasi our youth and our children are the future of our ministry.
Future of the ministry.
Is
Yeah.
it Jose Rizal daw?
Yeah.
Yes.
Future of our
Shout out
ministry.
to our
shout out
Philippine
to-
national
Hero.
Jose Rizal.
Yeah.
Ang hindi, ano? Ang
Hindi lumingon sa- sa pinanggalingan.
hindi makakarating sa paroonan.
Yeah.
kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan.
Yes,
pag-asa
kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan.
So the kids are the
Hope of
Our
the
children.
future.
Yeah.
future. Yes, that's what.
Yeah. So,
So-
any unfinished business by us in our ministry here, our
Will be
children,
taken
That's a lot.
by our children,
Yeah.
our youth and our children.
I mean, I hope it's not a lot of burden for them.
Yeah, I hope so.
So we need to do our part. We need to establish.
We need to make it enjoyable so that when they grow up, they'll think, oh, that's enjoyable.
Yeah.
We need to establish good,
Yes.
good, strong relationship, and we need to have these roots.
Mm.
So we're about to end, but we have some bonus questions.
Yeah. That
For
we
you.
can answer.
Okay,
Okay, Alex,
so do you think social media, tama ba? Media has changed friendships? How can we build stronger connections despite that?
Ooh, that's a very nice answer. This is a modern answer, modern question. As
You know what? Actually, social media, Mark Zuckerberg's
Invention.
a vision for developing Facebook daw is to build more connections outside, to build friends, and so on and so forth. And I think it's achieved beyond that, no? It build connection, build corporations, companies, establishments. It has built fundraisings,
Mm-hmm.
lots of networkings, definitely.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's tainted some of the relationships.
No, it's not
Yeah,
all
it went
positive.
beyond- Yeah, it went beyond the.
Yeah, because social media is very big nowadays. But it plays a big part because we're here in a different country, and then back home, how we're gonna communicate? We don't do letters anymore.
Yeah.
The old times.
Thankfully.
But one chat, probably 1 p.m. private message on your social media, you can just reach your friends, and that's very important when your friend is probably struggling and you want to say happy birthday to them. So it plays a big part. And then sometimes social media has limitations. For example, some negative stuff as well. So you will be able to see what you don't want to see.
You know, it
And can
yeah.
destroy your friendship too.
Yeah, it does. Kasi there are some people who are very vocal that
Oh, yeah.
sometimes they don't reach out privately. But what they do is they
just post.
post it.
They just
So,
post and post and post.
Yeah, they
It's
just
the
post
keyboard
their
warriors.
yeah. They post their feelings without thinking about others, That's one problem that we can get from social media, that destroys friendship instead of cultivating and strengthening it. It does, um, you know, create a negative impact, especially to our children. Um, if people don't know how to use social media, like
Properly.
properly, like let's say, like some ethical stuff that we have to do. Like, if we have problems with each other, instead of posting it, why don't we just communicate? Open
Yeah,
communication.
go straight, diba?
Yeah, go straight. Like go.
Not shout out,
face-to-face.
not shout out on
Not
your
shout
board.
out. Not don't we don't
Yeah.
post it to our
Cryptic ones.
Yeah, cryptic ones.
Some cryptic.
Yung
Cryptic stories.
in Filipino we call it pagpaparinig, di ba?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So that's not that destroys friendships. Sometimes it destroys to the point that it becomes irreparable.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Destroys family.
Do
as
not
well.
let the whole
Stress
world
family.
know of your issues or
Yes,
Oh, yes.
problems or
I think the
quarrels.
convenience that social media brings, like anytime you can
It's
use
very
it and send
easy.
message,
Yeah, it's just very
doesn't help to the fact that we are emotional beings.
Mm.
That we are when we are under extreme emotion, like we're angry.
Yeah.
The convenience of sending a
Sending a
message, an
message.
angry message,
Mm.
is really easy.
Yeah, when you're angry, you don't send message.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true. When
don't
you're
send-
angry,
You're
don't
gonna
send
regret
message.
it after a
Yeah.
day. So you
Yes.
just ponder about it. I've read something that you need to take a breath and then probably just stay put and then relax and then probably check on following day.
The following
Yeah.
day, or yeah,
Because
when you
sometimes
calm
it will be a
down.
different message that you have in your
Yeah,
heart
yeah, in your
already.
heart, yeah.
It's not you're not beast mode already.
Mm.
So you just chill and it's like okay, good thing I didn't send it.
Yeah.
Because if you send it, you probably destroy your relationship. Right,
That's
that's right
true.
there.
You know what? Jealous mom. I got a word. I got some words of wisdom from her.
Mm.
She's got this rule: if you got nothing good to say,
Mm.
just don't say it or keep
Just
it
shut
to
up.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, unless it's a compliment,
Mm.
just don't say it. If it's going
Especially
to
social
someone,
media,
yeah.
because a lot of people are looking at your can see
Yeah,
you.
can see
Because
you.
it's, if it's not private message or if you post it on your wall, it's not just the one person that you're referring to.
The
will
world
see it.
will
The
see
world
you.
will
The world
see
will
it,
see
yeah.
you. So I remember this text that it's not a Bible text. It's from my dad's previous sermon. It was less talk, less mistake.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
More talk, more mistake. So no talk, no mistake.
But you know, sometimes it's
correct.
funny that when your wife will notice that you're quiet.
Oh, that's
Come on, you have
yeah,
something to say for me.
Yeah.
So you can't be right with your wife. You know?
So sometimes being quiet is not
Yeah,
good as
yeah.
well.
Probably.
Probably,
But talking back to them, it's,
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely
will
bad.
worsen.
Yeah, it will worsen.
So as okay, let's do this a question about our relationship with our spouse probably. So, do you think what's the best way to of course when you're not in a good, it happens, you sometimes have a misunderstanding. So what's your remedy?
Got it.
Oh, Kuya Alex, yeah.
What's your remedy?
Well, sometimes when I feel that Hazel has parang umiinit yung ulo, she can say something na maka-irritate sa akin, I just turn my back and go away.
Oh,
Just keep quiet first. I don't say anything. I make it to control myself to say something.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's easier, actually.
Yeah. Let things cool down.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
because if
Yeah.
both hot heads probably collide, it will probably explode.
Yeah, it will.
Isn't it?
Lalo na kung nandun yung anak niyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be
exactly.
careful with that.
Mm.
Yeah, but this misunderstanding
Yeah.
between husband and wife happens talaga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it
it
So
happens.
no relationship is perfect.
Yeah.
So it could happen, but we need to have this forgiveness, as we've discussed earlier. We need to be open,
Mm.
and we need to have these boundaries. Even husband and wife, you need to have these boundaries.
Mm.
So that's why you know your secrets, because your relationship between husband and wives are different from friends.
Mm.
You know that you should have deeper than your friends,
Mm.
because you'll be with together for whole
The rest of your
the
life.
rest of your
Yeah.
life. So yeah.
Mm.
Kasi it happened to us before wala pa kaming anak, and then we parang siyempre you were just married and you were just
Adjusting.
adjusting.
That's very difficult.
And then I
part.
said something wrong, and she cried, and I said I could not forgive myself anymore. Parang, injustice, parang it's difficult na mag-gain ulit mag-start ulit yung conversation yun, yung mutual, Parang it takes a week yata na parang hindi kami nag-uusap. Parang, it's really difficult. Kaya sabi ko, I think I should really control my mouth or something to say something before.
Yeah. Of course,
That,
during your
Yeah.
earlier years, our earlier years in a relationship, it's a struggle talaga.
Yeah.
So, kami, long distance relationship kami before. So, she was here, and then I was there
In the
in
Philippines.
the Philippines. So,
Yeah.
very difficult, di ba, kapag you have a misunderstanding, nag-away kayo. It's very sad that you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Because it's very expensive to travel, and it's not like just you go to their house, knock on the door. It's kind of difficult. But nowadays, even when you're together, there's still this struggle that you miscommunication, so misunderstanding that happens probably, hopefully not every day to each and every one of us. But we have, as a guy, we just need to shut up. Less talk, guys. Less talk.
Less talk,
But
yeah.
at some point, when you're at that height of your anger, you could have said something. You could say something,
You could just say something.
but it will worsen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the next day, you're okay.
Yeah.
Both of you are fine. It's just nothing happened. So that I think it's normal and it's healthy because it helps you together to
Yeah.
strengthen your relationship. So these struggles, this pain, probably it helps you cope up.
Yeah.
Because without these little things, if something big happens, that will be very, very
You
difficult.
don't get practice. to deal
No,
with it.
yeah, I thought that will be very, very difficult to cope up.
Yeah.
So these small things, it helps, but hopefully not to get out, not to worsen the small little fights that we have in this
But you know what?
relationship.
Small things when they pile up. Ladies tend to,
Yeah.
pile things up.
You know that they know the date, the place,
I know, right?
everything. They can count 1 to 100 and say, "I'll just put some earplugs on and sleep in the other room," probably. But yeah. So shout out to our wives. We love you.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We love you.
Why are you laughing?
No, I was imagining what will happen later when you get home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're good. We're about to close, guys. So
Yeah, let's talk less mistake.
let's not talk about this anymore. Let's
Oh, there's
move
the
on.
last question. There's last
Yeah,
question.
that's the last question.
What
that we-
makes someone a loyal
Loyal
friend? Or is loyalty harder to find today?
Ooh,
loyal friend?
just like Jonathan and David.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very loyal to each
Loyal
other.
friend.
So is it difficult now? I think no. I think it's the same.
Still the same.
Nothing changed.
Unless some may have some personal interest, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not that difficult to find
it's not
now.
difficult, yeah.
It's not difficult.
As long as you've shown him that you'll be trusted.
But what makes them loyal?
Oh, they
What do
keep
you
your
think?
secrets
Oh,
probably.
yeah, that's true.
And
Being
they show up.
vulnerable.
They show up when you need them.
Yeah.
Probably. Not like financially when you need money. All of us are struggling right now, so it could be part. But show them that you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you need them, you go. We don't normally talk, but once you message them, they will hit you up, and that's it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And I think a loyal friend is someone who sends you to good.
Good. Yeah. Good.
Yes, it direct your path. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing good, bad things,
They will
probably
direct you.
he will help you, at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
to go to.
we're- So it has been a great conversation, guys, and I hope it encouraged all of us to invest in good relationship, building good, strong relationship.
Yes. So, if you guys enjoyed our discussion today, be sure to share this podcast with a friend and let's keep our conversations going. So, if you have any comments, anything that you need to discuss, about our topic today, or if you have questions, can pop that on our comment section.
Yes, sir.
In our Facebook page, SFI Ministries. We do have Spotify, and we also have our YouTube channel. So you can go there, pop in a question, and if you'd like to make it more private, you can send us a message in our Facebook page, SFI Ministries. So, and I'd like to give a shout out to our friend who is not here, Dean.
Yes, shout out to Ramsel's Bakery.
Shout out to Ramsel's
We're
Bakery.
still waiting for the bread.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the bread.
Ensaymada.
Ensaymada.
Yeah.
If you guys need, or if you guys want some Filipino bread,
Ramsel's
Ramsel's
Bakery.
check out
Bakery.
Ramsel's Bakery. You have to order or message them for orders. Yeah. And also, before I forget, I'd like to thank the Romulo family for hosting us today here in their house. Thank you, guys.
And also our equipments.
Our
Nice.
equipments. Yeah. In our last minute. Microphone.
Microphone, what else? Shout out to Southampton Adventist Church.
Adventist Church, and especially to Pastor Bosidar for supporting us in our
Yes.
ministry.
Yes.
So,
And
we
then our lovely guest, Kuya
Thank-
Alex.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. And I'll see you next time if I'm invited again.
Of course, you will be invited. You're
always
part of us
invited.
now.
Yeah, you're part of us now. I think it's not a guest, regular
Regular member.
member
Regular
already.
host.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
See you next time, guys. Take care, everyone, and God bless.